Good afternoon. This is an introduction to what will be my last question in this third unit. It actually is question number 6 from section 2, which reads, describe policies, codes of conduct and guidance relating to equality within the workplace that encourage and protect equality and diversity. That's number 2.1. What I'm going to do is look at some involvement within my particular employer, which is the National Offender Management Service, NOMS, best used for running the courts, tribunals and the prison service. So I'll look for, first of all, how they go about producing, supporting employees, how they look to develop it, and more importantly, what information is available so that I as an employee can have ongoing support within this. And so once again, thank you very much indeed. I hope that it's enjoyable and that we benefit from it both. Thank you. It should be noted that within the prison service and NOMS within the greatest extent, that there's a willingness to look for females and non-traditional race applicants, also people with just sexualities. To support and help that, we've highlighted the diversity and the inclusion of special advisors to help with this. Employment and diversity, as we've noticed, is important from the very beginnings to ongoing understanding of the roles that individuals serve. We can see here evidence of ongoing training, the assessment of the equality and the diversity of the workforce, and, where needed, one-to-one support and dedicated help. That have been taken from the PSC, the Public and Commercial Services Union website, there to support the National Offender Management Service, NOMS, as we've been describing throughout, giving HR and diversity support. Apart from the PCS, there are also Unison. The prison officers have the Prison Officers Association, and governors have their particular association as well. So all in all, there is a support to maintain effective and proper and ongoing support for equality and diversity. Welcome to this part of resources that are available for organisations to provide for staff. This is my civil service learning website. It's a provision to all civil servants and also third-party organisations that work within it. And so if you're contracted, you still have access. So it talks about what's available and it adapts to different areas. So for example, if we talk about equality in general, we can see that equality and diversity, or diversity and equality at civil service learning is there. And for us, it's a mandatory requirement. If we address that and have a quick look at it, we can see that the core skills of diversity and equality are based at all levels. For admin level, first line, middle management, senior management, and senior civil servants. There's obviously more of an involvement, so it's coming disability awareness, equality and diversity essentials. There may be a whole range of people who have not just physical but may have mental illness. It's a rising problem, and especially for line management to deal with staff. Sexual and gender provisions, the LGBT awareness, mental health, race and unconscious bias, and a number of these are mandatory for us to take. And so that's it. I find it very helpful, and it's easy to dip into. I can work from it at home where I am now. I can use it in the workplace. And so it's the civil service learning, and it's there as a support for me and all the other staff. And so that's the end of this particular part of this question. Thank you. It's me again. In this unit, linked to after employment and the implications of equality and diversity, we've been asked to look at what provisions are there for us as individuals and provided by the company, and to support companies. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is look at some provisions. Let me just go and have a look at the iPad. So let's zoom in a little bit on this one. We can see that this free online training, this is the Leicester. I wonder where we get that from. This is the Equality and Diversity training that we're doing now. And as we go through, we can see all the questions that have been done. And the one I'm doing is number 6, the first one in section 2. Describe policies, codes and conducts and guidance relating. So that's it. It's how we're aware of that as individuals. And so once again, that's what training can be provided. Well, we can access it through free training. If we also have a look at this, employers can encourage. This is free online training that's available elsewhere. So it's ACAS, certificate of training courses, and once again, all these are available to employers and to employees. More importantly, in geographical areas, so that people are aware. For example, there's this one here, which is the Plymouth or Devon Racial Equality Council. Our training aims to engage participants just along here. And as you go through, there's a whole list of support organisations that can help. Plymouth.gov.uk, the local council, training programmes, and that's available through impact assessments, Plymouth Schools and Library Services. So a whole range, and I think that's excellent. We talked about accesses to employers. This is specifically to the Southwest. It's a Southwest Forum. It's organisations supported by a number of universities, but also linked to the Chambers of Commerce. And it's supplied by the Equality Southwest and the British Fund, Lottery Fund. And it's a sample policy that can be used for charities, organisations, and it says including those that deliver services on behalf of public authorities. We've already identified that if you don't have these, then you can't progress through. So literally you download this and you put your information as indicated. So it gives you, okay, so what happens, this gives you as an employer a range of facilities and you have no excuse. One of the other things, and later on in the unit, we're asked to look at the implications of those employers that don't give the heed to that they would necessarily want to. So once again, quickly looking back to this, and although it's not part to do with this section, I think it stems at some good time in putting it in. So let's go through what the implications. Well, publicised. Here we can see a whole range. Mr. P, a restaurant in Limerick, is taken in because there's a feel that there was a going against equality. Employers and employees, healthcare assistants, again a hospital, claims of race discrimination, and they go on and on and on. So they are acted upon. So employers need to know that this is available, that people take this seriously. In a local paper in Bromyard, a Hereford factory worker wins discrimination claims against the employer. This is not going to do the company any good when within the local press their name is taken and used, and there's a negative spin on it. Likewise, if we look through here, an employer fined £25,000 or £250,000 regarding a discrimination claim. So once again, the whole range of this is publicised, so there's nowhere to hide. And I think that's important to show that equality, diversity is going to be taken seriously by employees and unions and councils and tribunals. What we need to make sure is that employers give it the credence that are necessary. That's not to say we bend over and give support unnecessarily, but these are available. This is what's the effect of not providing a fair and equal ground for everyone to be within the grounds of employment. So that's what we're trying to look at. So thank you very much indeed. Take care then. Bye.